Hello guys, I am Parshuram Patel. In this session, we are going to discuss the topic refraction by a lens. Here we will derive the lens maker's formula. As the name suggests, lens makers. So it is useful to design lenses of desired focal length using surfaces of suitable radii of curvature. So it is a relation between the focal length of a lens to the refractive index of its material and the radii of curvature of its two surfaces. It is so called because it is used by lens manufacturers to make lenses of particular power from the glass of given refractive index. So here we will consider the double convex lens as shown in figure. Mu1 is the refractive index of surrounding and mu2 is the refractive index of material used inside the lens. Okay, that is material used for making the lens, and mu1 is the refractive index of surrounding. Mu21, that is the refractive index of medium used in the lens, material used in the lens with respect to the refractive index of surrounding. Okay, so mu21 is the mu2 upon mu1. So mu2 represents the lens and mu1 represents the surrounding. And here we have considered the thin lens. That is, thin lens means here we have considered the distance BD almost equal to 0. That is, here we have considered the lens BD is equal to 0. So both point B and D can be considered as optical center, as we have used here thin lens. So if we have to measure the distance of any point from the optical center, so it can be measured from the B as well as D. Suppose we have to measure the distance of this I from the B, so it will be BI, and from the D it will be DI. Both BI is equal to DI, as we have considered here BD is equal to 0. Here distance BD is equal to 0, as we have considered the thin lens. This is the approximation we have used here. Okay. Now rays are incident in the lens from the object O, and final image is formed at I. Okay, so O is the object here and I is the image. U is the distance of object from the optical center, and I is the distance B is the distance of image from the optical center. Okay, so U is the object distance, V is the image distance. So here refraction occurs twice. First refraction will occur at left side spherical surface, that is ABC, that is in this one, and the second refraction will occur at right hand side spherical surface, that is ADC, that is this one. Okay, so there occurs two refraction. So we will consider both the refraction at both spherical surface one by one. Okay, so first we will consider the refraction at the surface ABC, that is spherical surface N1. Okay, so we will make the diagram for refraction at left side spherical surface. Here you can see O is the object, rays are incident at the spherical surface ABC from the O, and I1 is the real image for the object O. So here rays are incident from the medium mu1 to medium mu2. Okay, and line joining the point of incidence and center is called normal. Line joining the point of incidence and center is called the normal. Here I1 is the angle of incidence of the incident ray from the normal, and R1 is the refraction angle of the normal from the refracted ray. Okay, so here we can observe from the figure number B that rays are incident from left to right. So we will consider this direction as positive direction. Okay, here I1 is the real image formed for the object O, and for whole process I1 is the intermediate image also. So here if we will measure the distance from the pole of this spherical surface, that is from the B, which is the pole of this spherical surface. So object distance U will be minus OB here, and it is opposing the incident ray. So using sign convention, U is equal to minus OB. as rays are coming from left to right, so this will be positive direction, and we are measuring the distance of object O from this point B, so it is opposing this, so U equal to minus O. Here image distance V is equal to, image is formed at I1 and it is measured from B to I1, so it is following the direction of incident ray, so it will be plus BI1, plus BI1. And if we will measure the radius, so if we will complete this spherical surface, so center is formed at C1, so radius will be BC1, and it is following the incident ray, so it will be plus BC1. So using sign convention, at the refraction occurs at a spherical surface ABC, U equal to minus OB, V equal to plus VI1, and R equal to BC1. Okay, and mu1 to mu2 refraction occurs. Okay, so we will use the refraction formula. Similarly, if refraction occurs at second surface, that is the right side spherical surface, that is at the surface ADC, if this surface we will consider, then here I1 is the virtual object. Here I1 is the virtual object which will produce the real image I. So here I is the real image for the virtual object I1. So in this case, refraction occurs mu2 to mu1. So here I1 is the virtual object, so we will consider this direction as positive direction. This direction is considered as positive direction, as rays are coming from left to right. Okay, because I1 is the virtual object, so it is coming in, it appears to be coming from this side. Appears to be coming from this side. So left to right direction will be positive direction. So in this case, we will consider the object distance U is equal to plus DI1. Here we will consider the object distance U is equal to plus DI1. Similarly, if we will consider image distance in this case, so image distance will be V equal to plus DI. Here I1 is the virtual object and I is its real image. Okay, so it will be plus DI. And similarly, we will consider the radius in that case. So radius will be, here C2 is the center of this spherical surface and ADC is the spherical curve. So it will be measured from the pole D, this is the pole, from pole to center, this direction, and it is opposing the incident ray direction. So we will consider negative sign here. So here R is equal to minus DC2. R is equal to minus DC2. So here we will consider minus DC2. Okay. So here you can observe both diagram, the position of the object and the image formed by a double convex lens. Figure A, refraction at the first spherical surface. Figure B, a refraction at the second spherical surface. Figure C. So here occur refraction twice. Okay. So further we will consider the figure number B first. So we will get the first refracting surface forms the image I1 of the object O. The image I1 acts as a virtual object for the second surface that forms the image at I, figure C, applying the refraction formula to the first interface ABC. So using the refraction formula, this formula is derived in previous class, that if refraction occurs from medium mu1 to mu2, then it will be mu2 upon V minus mu1 upon U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 upon R. So in this case, from the figure number B, mu1 is equal to mu1 and mu2 is equal to mu2. Object distance U equal to minus OB, image distance V equal to plus VI1, and radius R equal to plus BC1. So using sign convention, we will get the equation number 1. Similarly, if we will apply the refraction formula for second surface, that ADC, in this case refraction occurs mu2 to mu1. Mu2 to mu1. So using the refraction formula, in place of mu1 it will be mu2 and in place of mu2 it will be mu1. And here we have to consider the object distance. So using sign convention in figure number C, so you can again check the figure number C. You can observe here that from the figure number C we can find here mu1 and mu2 both will interchange from the previous case, and from the figure number C you can observe that object distance u will be minus di1 here. Here object distance u will be minus di1 and image distance v will be plus di. Okay, sorry, in this case object distance u is equal to plus di1 and image distance will be plus di1, both will be plus. Okay, so here u equal to minus di1, in this case u is equal to plus di1, that is object distance. Here I1 is the virtual object for figure number C, and v is the image distance, that is also plus di. Okay, and radius r is equal to minus dc2. You can refer figure number C again. So using sign convention we will get this relation mu1 upon di minus mu2 upon di1 equal to mu1 minus mu2 upon minus dc. So after some mathematical manipulation we will get equation number 2. Since here we have used the thin lens, so for thin lens Vd is equal to 0. Here we have considered Vd is equal to 0. Okay, so as Vd equal to 0, so here we can say Vi1 and di1 both will be same. As we have considered the thin lens, so distance of point I1 from the B and from the D will be same. So we will add now equation number 1 and 2. After adding equation number 1 and 2, these two terms will get cancelled out. Okay, so adding equation number 1 and 2, we will get this relation. mu1 times 1 upon OB plus 1 upon DI is equal to mu2 minus mu1 times 1 upon DC1 plus 1 upon DC2. Okay. Now you can see the point where image of an object placed at infinity is formed is called the focus f of the lens, and distance f gives its focal length. Means if the object is at infinity, that is OB is equal to infinity, then image will formed at the focal length, that is di equal to f. Okay. So using OB equal to infinity and di equal to f, we will get the relation from equation number 3, mu1 times 1 upon infinity plus 1 upon f equal to mu2 minus mu1 times 1 upon plus r1 plus 1 upon minus r2. As we have seen earlier that using sign convention bc1 equal to plus r1 and dc2 equal to minus r2. Okay, so after using this mathematical manipulation we will get this relation mu1 upon f equal to mu2 minus mu1 times 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. Dividing both sides by mu1, we will get 1 upon f equal to mu2 upon mu1 minus 1 equal to 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. Okay. Now this mu2 upon mu1 can be written as mu21. So 1 upon f equal to mu21 minus 1 times 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So this is a relation between radii r1 and r2, radius of curvatures, mu21 that is the refractive index of lens material used in the lens with respect to surrounding, and f is the focal length. Okay, so this formula is known as lens maker's formula. 1 upon f equal to mu21 minus 1 times 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2, where mu21 equal to mu2 upon mu1. mu1 is the refractive index of surrounding and mu2 is the refractive index of lens. Now it is true for a concave lens also. Although we have derived this formula for convex lens, but it is true for concave lens also. So it is useful to design lenses of desired focal length using surfaces of suitable radii of curvature. So from equation number 3 again go back to the equation number 3, and if you will consider the object distance u and image distance v. So from equation number 3 we can write mu1 times within the bracket minus 1 upon u plus 1 upon v equal to mu2 minus mu1 times 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So this equation comes from the equation number 3 if object distance is considered as u and image distance as v. Now again observe the equation number 4. Right side of the equation number 4 and right side of the equation number 5 both are same. So this term can be replaced by the 1 upon f using equation number 4. So from 4 and 5 we will get 1 upon b minus 1 upon u equal to 1 upon f, which is known as thin lens formula. So thin lens formula is 1 upon b minus 1 upon u equal to 1 upon f. This formula that is thin lens formula is valid for both convex as well as concave lens, and for both the real and virtual image. Okay, so we will stop here. Please subscribe my channel, like the video, and do comments. Your suggestions are most welcome. Thank you.